Good morning, teacher and everyone. I'm William and I'm from Group 4, and today I will be presenting about Chapter 6, the acceptability of reasons, including their credibility. So we will start with our content. We have 6 points. 1. Acceptability questions put in context. 2. Different kinds of claims. 3. The acceptability of claims. 4. Summarize a thinking map for judging acceptability. 5. Judging the credibility of sources skillfully. And the last one, credibility is different from truth, but helps us judge what is true. So, number 1, acceptability questions put in context. So we judge an argument based on the situation, like how serious you want the argument to be. But basically, we don't take the argument very seriously when it's just a regular argument with your friends. But when you want to find out the truth about something, you have to do it systematically by asking questions concerning the particular claim. And there are 3 questions that you can start with. 1. Are the reasons acceptable? We have to decide whether it is true or not. 2. Does the reasoning support its conclusion? Are there other relevant considerations or arguments? For this question, you tend to think outside the box and creatively. And 3. What is your overall evaluation after you questioning the questions above? And 2. Different kinds of claim. So claims are differ from one another. Some claims present facts, evidence, or data, express value judgment, state definition, criteria, or principle, give causal explanation or recommendation. So here's the example from the book that illustrate the different kinds of claim about poverty in UK. So example number 1, according to official figures, 13% of UK population lives in poverty. So it's a fact showing the accurate numbers of the population. And example number 2, it's shameful that such a rich society as the UK allows so many people to live in poverty. So it shows the opinion and judgment that we have towards the issue. And last example, the government should try to eliminate child poverty by the next 20 years. So people giving their recommendation to the government to seize the poverty issue. Moving on to the third point, the acceptability of claims. So claim can be accepted or rejected based on its context. For example, factual claim might be acceptable because it's the fact and it is generally accepted by people. So to understand each point clearly, I will show you an example in real life about a woman who claimed that eating boiled egg can prevent COVID-19, and the particular example we'll be using for all the 6 steps that we have.
សួស្តីអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាខ្ញុំមានរឿងមួយចង់និយាយប្រាប់អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាបន្តិចព្រោះនៅស្រុកខ្ញុំមានកូនញ៉ាហ្នឹងទៅបង្កើតតែកាត់បាន2ថ្ងៃកាត់បាន2ថ្ងៃចាញ់និយាយអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាដឹងមិនអត់ចាញ់និយាយហើយនិយាយប្រាប់ថាចាឲ្យអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាហ្នឹងស្ងើពងញ៉ាមើលក្នុងថ្ងៃហ្នឹងហើយញ៉ាំម្នាក់មួយគ្រាប់ហើយញ៉ាំអត់ជ្រក់អីណាហើយដើម្បីការពារជំងឺកូវីដណាហើយនិយាយប្រាប់អញ្ចឹងហើយនៅស្រុកខ្ញុំគេផ្អើលគ្រប់គ្នាហ្មងគេផ្អើលទៅមើលហ្មងហើយនៅមួយនំនេះទិញពងស្ងោញ៉ាំហ្មងហើយឡើងពងស្ងោអត់មានដល់រោទិញឡើងអត់មានហ្មងហើយអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាគិតមើលតាមធម្មតាកូនង៉ែអាយុមួយខួបមែនទេមួយខួបមិនចេះនិយាយមែនអត់ប៉ុន្តែអាហ្នឹងគាត់បាន2ថ្ងៃចេះនិយាយហើយអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាគួរតែជឿមែនអត់ហើយបើអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាមិនជឿអត់ដឹងមិនដែរព្រោះខ្ញុំជឿហ្មងព្រោះឃើញហ្មងក៏ហើយឡើងស្លាំងកាំងអស់ហើយនំនេះផ្អើលមកភូមិទៅមើលអីចឹង
So 3.1, how certain it is claimed to be. So how sure are we? Language shows that the certainty of the claim. Words such as I am certain, I believe that, I observe, I saw, I can prove, my view, opinion, etc. However, it needs further justification to be acceptable. Claim may be acceptable as a guess or possibility, but its acceptability will be judged by more serious standards. For what she claimed in the video, saying that she did see the baby with her own eyes, she intends to show that her claim is true, but come to think of the possibility that a newborn baby can speak, it's impossible. 3.2 Does the context of the claim influence its acceptability? Claim is acceptable might depend on the context, whether it's more like a guess or to prove a fact. As we studied in previous lesson, that context includes physical, social, and historical context, and for people involved, such as their purposes, beliefs, emotion, and interests. So the girl in the video intends to prove that what she said is true, but if we take a look at the context, it's just her own purpose to make the video go viral. 3.3 Does it require expertise or research to decide? So when the claim is beyond our knowledge, it's impossible for us to judge. So it is required to have expertise and research. Example, in Great Britain, about 20,000 people, 2,100 people die each year from heart disease. So you may know that people die from heart attack or heart disease, but you don't know the exact number about the death each year and which is why we require expertise in this claim. So however, the girl in the video, she claimed that boy A can prevent COVID-19. Of course, it's very obvious that she made up the story, so you don't need expertise to answer this case. You just know exactly that it's fake. 3.4 Is it widely known or believed? So the claim that we simply accept is that is true without a doubt. So example number 1, since the Earth is roughly spherical, so it shows the scientific context which is accurate and true, and we just simply accept it. Example number 2, it's morally wrong to commit murder. So this claim is acceptable in most contexts as we believe that committing a crime is wrong. So back to the video example, it's normal that babies can cry or sleep a lot, but have you ever heard or seen or learned that a newborn baby can speak? Of course not, right? 3.5 How well does it fit with other beliefs? So when the claim is fit with our belief, you simply take it as you believe the same thing. You have no reason to further the argument. So example, there is a clear evidence that sea levels have risen during the past 15 years. So if the claim fits that with what you know and believe, that there's no reason to challenge it. But alright, example number 2, God creates the world in 7 days. So some people might believe that it is not true, but some people might not. So it doesn't have to be a fact or truth, but your belief based on the claim. So move back to the example. Does your belief fit with the claim that boy A can protect you from COVID-19? I bet we know that it's just a fraud, right? But there are people who believe and fell in this trap, especially elder people who easily believe everything on the internet. 3.6 Is it from a credible source? So the source is very important for you to consider whether to accept or reject the claim. So in fact, in this particular video was originally from TikTok, and we know that TikTok is a platform that keeps getting banned from country to country due to many reasons, like doing dangerous challenges, sharing false information, and many inappropriate, useless and useless content with all the combination of people, even children. So most of the users are craving for views and followers. They are just willing to do anything to get it. And that's it for point number 3. So in point number 4, we will summarize the what I have described in the previous point. So there are 6 points that we have covered. 1, how certain it is claimed to be. Does the context of the claim influence its acceptability? Does it require expertise or research to decide? Is it widely known or believed? How well does it fit with other beliefs? And the last one, is it from a credible source? So moving to point number 5, judging the credibility of sources carefully. So the question is what we intend on what subject or in what context we should not believe the claim. We should or we should not believe the claim regarding its sources. So the context can that we can consider can be repetition, nature of claim, evidence, collaboration, bias, and expertise. So we'll give you an example from letters from Thailand. In letter 77, where Songyu describes his suspicious with Pani behavior, a girl that his son brought home. So I will read the example first. Pani has begun dragging herself out of bed at 8 every morning and had been waiting in the store. Why? I'm not so heartless to spot any honest attempt on the girl's part to make Wen Kim a decent wife, but there's something odd about the way she looks at me and all of us since the improvement of behavior, as she had some good jokes up her sleeve. So for the reputation, Pani is a prostitute, and there are many evidence that of her bad behavior and habit that Songyu has seen in his own house. And she normally got up at midday, never even washed her own clothes, never had the housework, and always troubled everyone in the family. But it's odd when all of a sudden she just turns out like a new person who offers to help doing housework and selling in the store. It also corroborates his judgment that no one in his family likes her except Win Kim, even Songyu himself. So he couldn't help to think that there must be something behind the improvement of her behavior. So he has trust issue with this girl even though she seems to change herself. The last point is credibility is different from truth but helps us judge what is true. So credibility and truth are different. Truth refers to reality or fact, something that is real, but credibility is something that is likely believable, that which can make the claim to be more convincing. We use someone's credibility as a guide in order to decide whether what they say is true or false. So for example, Fred has a long criminal record and a well-known thief and a liar. He is accused of stealing TV, but he denied that he didn't do it. So should we believe that Fred did not steal the TV? So according to the record given, he doesn't deserve to be believed because his credibility clearly shows that he has nature of stealing and lying. So what if he did not steal the TV? What if someone else stole the TV? We wouldn't know for sure, but we believe that he stole it because he has the criminal records. But we are not 100% sure that it is the truth. So that is the end of my presentation, and I hope everyone can understand what I have explained. And thank you all for listening to my presentation. Have a good day. Bye.